du offline bist. So, eben richtig hinsetzen hier. Wo muss ich jetzt hin?
This place was my home. Now look at it.
Ja, weißt du, woran das liegt? Wir haben einfach nur die Hauptquest gemacht, deswegen sieht das so aus. Und nein, das ist übrigens kein Witz. Ich habe da nämlich gestern nachgeguckt noch. Wenn man nämlich einige Nebenquests mitmacht, dann gibt es auch einige Unterschiede. Schaltet Pfeilablenkung frei. Erhöht die Ausrüstungsgeschwindigkeit. Schneller wechseln. Na gut, das ist jetzt für mich, glaube ich, nicht ganz so wichtig. Wobei ich so einmal zurücksetzen wollte hier. Was wir auf jeden Fall mitnehmen, ist Ausweichen. Ja, das nehmen wir auf jeden Fall. Langsam sich die Zeit. Das nehmen wir auch mit. Perfekter Block ist, glaube ich, nicht so wichtig. Das nehmen wir mit. Das nehmen wir auch mal mit. Können wir noch Gifttranken reinmachen. Das wäre für so einen Bossfight nicht schlecht. So, dann Gefährten, die bleiben. Gottähnlich haben wir automatisch drin. Passiv, da weiß ich nicht, ob wir noch was bekommen. Hat er das jetzt? Ach so, Zauberer ist das. Haben wir ja gar nichts geskillt im Endeffekt. Maximale Gesundheit. Schalte konstante Erholung frei, das hört sich auch nett an. Stimmt, brauche ich nicht, aber die nehmen wir auf jeden Fall mit. Zum Zerstören geschaffen, das hört sich auch nett an. Also ich nur mal gucken, dass ich das mit dem Bogen... Das hatte ich, glaube ich, auch komplett geskillt, ne? Weil wir spielen die halbe Zeit mit dem Bogen. Die meiste Zeit mit dem Bogen. Sicher frei. Erhöht den Bogen mit dem Gewehr und verursachten Schaden um 25. Nehmen wir auf jeden Fall mit. 40. Bei Spielerstufe 15. Bitte Nahkampfschaden mit Nahkampfwaffen. Röcken und Schwerter würde ich eher dann mitnehmen. So, weil die eine Fähigkeit, die nutze ich gefühlt irgendwie gar nicht. So, es ist die Frage, wo muss ich jetzt hin? Wo muss ich jetzt hin? Da oben ist noch relativ viel, aber ich habe jetzt keinen Weg. Okay, wir müssen dann wahrscheinlich nochmal das Gruppenlager. Also ich denke, wenn man alle Quests machen würde, dann hättest du auch wahrscheinlich auch nachher ein komplett anderes Ende.
I've been meaning to tell you something. Sending my people to Thirdborn. It's a good arrangement. They get a roof over their heads. The city gets animancers. And everyone gets along. For once. We should try to harness that goodwill. But replicate it like an energy source. On the other hand, maybe not. Look, I know you didn't come to this island to help us. And yet you were here when others would have looked away. Despite everything that happened, It means a lot. We all deserve better. But fate decided otherwise. Well, onward to better things. If you need anything, you know where to find me. Until next time.
Okay, kommen wir jetzt irgendwie darüber zum nächsten Gebiet, weil ich jetzt nicht weiß, wo wir hin müssen. Kriegen wir wieder eine Stimme, die mit uns spricht? Sieht zumindest danach aus. Ne, kriegen wir diesmal nicht. Ah, okay. Aber wo muss ich hin mit meiner Quest? Im Splitterhang. Habe ich die schon entdeckt? Immerküste, ist das, wo ich hin muss? Das ist jetzt ziemlich doof, dass er mir das nicht anzeigt auf der Karte. Oder war die nicht aktiv gelistet? Ah, okay, korrigiere. Die war nicht aktiv gelistet.
You know, swamps are always more colorful than I imagined.
Es scheint zumindest nicht böse zu sein. Na, stirb doch. Ich muss erst mal treffen.
Come closer, envoy. A moment of your time, if you please. From one adherent to another. Now that isn't the warm welcome I expected. The Inquisitor told me you were obedient to the letter. So, did you enjoy our little bonfire? Inquisitor Ludwig was pleased with our efficiency.
You irredeemable fucking swine!
Keep her on a tight leash. No need for this to get out of hand. We'll see about that. Believe it or not, the Steel Garrote owe you an apology on behalf of Inquisitor Ludwig.
Bring us her severed head and I'll consider it.
That temperament of yours is exactly the problem she's trying to solve. Our attack came together in haste. You should have been informed, and I regret the oversight.
Das ist so doof, ne, dass du diese Punkte nicht hast.
Doesn't it? One way or another, Fuel Messiverno was always going to burn. Weak government, chaotic farming, dangerous research. They never had a chance.
What right do you have to cast judgment on us?
As the future caretakers of the living lands, we do only what is necessary. Fuel Messiverno's reliance on animancy and stubborn individualism has done nothing but drag the living lands down with them. Ludwig's the one you need to convince. I'm just the messenger. Look, I'm only telling you this because you deserve to know Ludwig's intentions for the living lands. If Heelgard cannot maintain a grip on the living lands, then the Steel Garrote will simply take it from him. You see, the Steel Garrote answer to the Burned Queen, not your floundering empire. And we will break from Adir if that's what it takes. Quite the opposite. The Steel Garrote bring reason to a frontier gone mad. Inquisitor Ludwig sees something in you, Envoy. She wants to cultivate your potential, as she did mine. You don't want to get between her and the fate of the living land, so let this serve as a warning. Our grasp on this island is going to tighten, even if it costs us allies along the way. Acceptable losses. What you do with this information is up to you. Either way, Emerald Stair is just the beginning. Feel free to prove us wrong. The Steel Garrote love a challenge. Before I let you go, a little bird sang in my ear that you're going to Shatterscarp.
You don't have to answer that.
Of course, that would have been impossible with these meddlesome rangers in the way.
You didn't.
I took the liberty of removing them. It's a shame, really. Honorable folk to the last. That's a matter of perspective. Ludwig is keeping her dark impulses in check. It could have been far, far messier. When you arrive in Shatterscarp, give this letter to Temerty. Compliments of the Inquisitor. No need to keep you any longer. Let's hope our next meeting is under more favorable circumstances. You know, there's a depraved part of me that was hoping you'd make this interesting.
Let's make this a battle to remember.
Sorry it'll be over so quickly then.
Ah, treibt die sich dir gerade gegen oder was? Das ist halt die Masse, die gerade, ne? Und dann haben sie noch Heiler dabei. Noch mehr?
Just like the good old days.
Todesritterhandschuhe. Bitte was? Bitte was? Ursache der Frostschaden mit um 50% erhöht. Ich verursache zwar keinen Frostschaden, aber muss trotzdem mit. Beihänder. Ich bleib lieber bei meinen beiden Einheitswaffen. So viel zu deren Leute. Ich habe mich gerade schon gewundert, warum die so hoch gehalten wird. Ich hatte sie fast unten und plötzlich ist sie zur Hälfte wieder hoch.
You came to Emerald Stair looking for answers, and now we're leaving with more questions. How do we fight the Dream Scourge? What can we do about Sappadal? And where is the garden? Not to mention, why the steel garrote burned my fucking home to the ground. Who cares what she believes? What right have the dead to judge the living? I will not forget Fiume Siverna. Everything it was, and everything it could have been. And I will never forgive. Never.
So on top of the Dream Scourge rotting your fields and turning kith and beast alike into monsters, now we've got a Death Guard Inquisitor and the Steel Garrote dogging our steps. Do you think Ludwig will try something similar in Thirdborn? I hope you're right. Thirdborners are tough by nature. More than a few have seen their share of battle. Lots of Rawatayans, scramble routes with no prospects back home, washouts from military or mercenary life, sailors in search of steady ground. Add to that a motley assortment of pirates, free spirits, and people who like living under the loosest grasp of the law, and you've got Thirdborn. But rumor has it something's amiss in Shatterscarp. Strange dreams, disappearances, people wandering into the desert and never returning, or coming back, changed. Fair enough.
At least that tells us we're on the right track. This Dream Scourge is one of the weirdest things I've ever tried to hunt. Easier said than done, especially when we're not entirely sure what we're looking for.
Everything we learned in Naku Tadek points us to the garden. Thirdborn is just a stepping stone. But we don't know anything about the garden. It could be a myth or a metaphor. Whatever the garden is or isn't, it's our only lead. We find the garden, we find the Dream Scourge. Yatsley is a master of the unknown and the unknowable. No mystery eludes her for long. If there is a path to the garden, Yatsley can lead us to it. I'd follow her anywhere.
Or maybe that god poking around your soul could give us directions.
Ask for directions. Why didn't I think of that? Kai, that's brilliant. Whatever Sappadal tells us will be filtered through a lot of metaphysical noise, but it couldn't hurt to try. This is so exciting. Sappadal? It's Giada. Giada Castel. If you're listening, could you please tell us more about the garden?
Castel. Castel. Why does this name sing to us? A voice through murky water. The garden stifles the notes we cannot reach. The branches bind.
Did you get anything? What? No. They must have confused me with someone else. Clearly your link to Sappadal isn't as strong as it was in Naku Tadek. But I'll take it over nothing.
I'll pass. I've heard too many ghost stories that start this way.
Right, if I wanted to waste time, that's what I carry a flute for.
Just me then? Really? No one else has a question for the god of the living lands? Fascinating.
So let me see if I got this straight. We're looking for the garden, which might not exist. Our best lead is Yatsley, an eccentric scholar who's gone ahead to Thirdborn, where the Dream Scourge may be ravaging.
Don't look at me. I was fine going back to Paradise.
Anything. Right. Listen, I hate to ask this, but while we're in Shatterscarp, there's something I need to do. Something I owe Tama. There's an old battlefield near some Pogrunan ruins. Area called the Shark's Teeth. Tama lost his badge there. I need to get it. Thanks.
Takes courage to go back for something you lost. I wouldn't have it in me.
Get some rest. Sleep is good for the soul. Maybe this doesn't need to be said, but I don't blame you for what happened to Fior Messiverno. I just wanted you to know. No need to question it anymore. They've made their intentions clear. I'll get the bastards who did this. One way or another, I'll make them pay.
Let's get some rest. We have a long day ahead of us.
Die alle quatschen hier oder wie? So, können wir irgendwas upgraden? Nö, dann let's go.
You smell death here.
Listen to me. Look here. Can you focus on my voice? Can you hear me clearly?
Another Abonnieren, Kutabao.
Hold on. This isn't one of mine. Or Ludwig's. You must be the envoy Hilgard told me about.
Well, you picked a damn fine time to show up.
Drowning in salt water would have been preferable. Dream Thralls ambushed us an hour ago. We're still counting the dead.
Our dead, to be precise.
We lost soldiers too, protecting your people.
Yes, how heroic. Protecting Kith from Abonnieren Dream Thralls.
Unfortunately, yes. As far as we've been able to determine by our scouts.
In all their military might, your Abonnieren comrades decided to go wandering through the desert, despite my advice. And now we're all paying for their idiocy. Thirdborners and Abonnierens alike.
We've since pulled back to Eagle's Reach until more reinforcements arrive to contain the Dream Thralls. Whatever your intentions here, Envoy, it's not worth it. Better to go back to Paradise where it's safe. I'm sorry, Envoy. I don't recognize the name.
Of course, that strange Orland scholar. She came through not too long ago. Should be in town by now. Before you go, Envoy, Kith aren't too keen on Abonnierens at the moment. Rumor of what happened in Fjord is already starting to spread. Just watch your back, all right?
Good luck, Envoy. Gods protect you.
I don't recognize
Die einen sind ja auch gerade dumm gekommen, die haben mir auch gerade gemacht direkt. Na, also so ist es ja nicht. Wir haben ja alles jetzt umgelegt, was uns irgendwie doof gekommen ist.
Shark. Dream Thralls ahead.
Invaders in the garden.
Must have been stragglers from Eagle. They weren't ready for this.
I was just getting warmed up.
Hard to believe it's been 6 years since I saw this place.
Ich weiß auch nicht gleich im Eck, wo wir hin müssen, ne? doch still, dann geht das schneller.
We see you.
Some of them are still with one homespun or a deer in armor.
How long must the living land suffer?
Kill you if you come up here.
Also ein bisschen Wüste mit ein paar Bäumen, ne? Könnte man so sagen. So, als würdest du versuchen, gerade ein Aquarium zu bauen. Ja, so eine Steppe eher. Weil das könnte nämlich so ein bisschen hier so Aquarium sein, so wie Steine und sowas. Könnte auch sein, ja.
Next one's mine.
They're coming.
Take your back.
Schleichen in dem Spiel ist jetzt auch nicht so der Burner. Ne. Also man merkt, dass das von denen ist. Ne, noch nicht. Doch, die Inquisitorin. Die mag ich überhaupt nicht. Wobei mir schon klar war von Anfang an, wo ich das so mitbekommen habe, dass das Theater gibt. Die nämlich so ein bisschen aus die aus Dragon Age 2.
Invaders in the garden.
Couldn't have done it better.
So many of them. Soldiers, fisherfolk, altar.
Stimmt, die Paladin hab ja, Fallout.
Dream Scourge won't.
Ja. Der ist aber ein Zünd, ne? Das weißt du, ne? Der wusste es nicht mal. Ja, wir haben es ja mehrfach gespielt, voller.
Those dream thralls are at third point. Come on, we gotta.
The city is under attack. Let's not waste a moment.
Ja, ich will mich jetzt überhaupt bekämpfen muss hier. Egal, auf alles, was ich schießen kann, wird bekämpft.
Dream with us.
Thank the gods for the cavalry.
Vielleicht hätte ich dort in dem Teil doch ein bisschen Krieger spielen sollen. Oder Magier.
Fucking dream thralls.
Ja, Stufe 11. Ach nee, 12.
Hold it right there, Abonnieren. What are your intentions in town? Been sick? Strange dreams lately?
Relax, Daron. The only strange dreams we've had involve your mother.
Shit. Kai? What are you doing here? Temerty's gonna have a fit. Save your threats, Adhirin. Kai knows what he did. Huh. You're with the Adhirins now?
I'm with the Envoy, and we're against the Dream Scourge.
And you should respect our authority to protect Thirdborn from unknown dangers like you.
Come on, Darren. They slew those dream thralls for us. I doubt he could have done that if he was sick. I, for one, thank you. We couldn't take him on our own.
Are you smoking Svef? The Adhirins raised Fior. We'll be next.
Which we would love to share with Temerity if you'd let us in.
Darren, can you get on with it?
Fine. All right. I can't keep you out if you're not sick anyway. We just have to take precautions. Everyone in Thirdborn has lost someone. Pass on through, but report any symptoms you see to the Tiranui. They're responsible for keeping law and order around here.
That's the problem with the Dream Scourge. When you find symptoms, it's already too late.
We better get to clearing out these corpses.
Optisch ist es hübsch, ja. Was vom Gameplay her ist es so... Naja. Ah, was... Müssten sie eigentlich mal... Das hat nie was in den Spielen gemacht. Deswegen dachte ich halt, glaube die Hauptstory spielen. Das ist bestimmt interessant, wie man die ganzen Nebenmissionen noch mitnimmt. Deswegen wollte ich bei Gong nachher mal reingucken. Das ist eine andere Geschichte. Und ich den angucken möchte, wie ist hier? Mal rein. Wir gehen mal auf den Punkt hier. Wo muss ich jetzt hin? Ist der über mir oder ist der irgendwo weiter runter? Der ist
An entire settlement in flames?
Die ist auch schon hier.
Oh gods, and Adhirin, what is it this time?
Don't worry, darling. The official Adhirin envoy is here at my request.
What I want to know is why he's in the company of one of our own.
I meant to stop by, but I guess time got away from me.
I'll deal with you later. We have unfinished business. But your friend has some explaining to do. Why have you come to Thirdborn? After what your people did in Emerald Stair, I can't imagine you carry an edict of friendship with you. Yeah, I'm sure that's what Ludwine said to the Animancers as she scorched their homes.
I know you're upset, Temerty, but don't take it out on us. I'm furious too, darling. That monster stole my research as she burned my home. But you know that if this Adhirin was untrustworthy, I'd kill him myself.
I apologize, Envoy. Eagle's Reach is a slaughterhouse. Dreamthralls siege our gates day and night. People are hungry, and I have not slept in days. So my temper is a powder keg, I'm afraid. I am trying not to explode. This isn't a courtesy visit, is it? I assume you're here delivering a message on behalf of Adir. To head sharpshooter first class of Shatterscarp to Möchtet Kanalmitglied III. Ludwig wants the ruins of Nakukubel, or will suffer the Steel Garrote's wrath. Just like Fior Messiverno. Another shit atop the pile, then. Not that I can do a damn thing about it.
You're not going to give in, are you? Those ruins are a marvel. They're irreplaceable.
I know, Yatsley. If we give them an inch, the Adirans won't stop until they have everything. But even if I wanted to hand over the ruins, they aren't in my power to surrender. Trust me, I am very aware of all those things. You might even say I've been fighting for those things. But there's one little problem. The Archmage Ringrim has warped the very reality of Shatterscarp. Let's just say there's a magical barrier around the ruins now. No one's getting in or out without Ringgrim's say-so.
Ringgrim? As in from the Circle of Archmagi? She's here?
The very one. I feared you'd be excited. Her presence isn't a good thing, Yatsley. She flew into the Shark's Teeth a few weeks ago, and now that area is an impenetrable wasteland of ice. I heard there's an Adiran who had his mind utterly broken by her. He's still lost out there as far as I know.
Think she's trying to stop the Dream Scourge too?
But why Nakukubel specifically? The ruins have stood for centuries, and there are plenty of other places to look at dream thralls. The Circle of Archmagi don't get involved unless there's something they can gain. They're not really known for their altruism. Look at the Siege of Craghold. And that was just so that Lengrath could try and show up Consulhot.
The truth is, I'm up to my neck in catastrophes. Between the horde of dream thralls pounding on our gates and trying to keep peace with Adir, I've had to station guards on our borders to control who goes in and out, just to keep everyone safe. I never thought I'd say this, but the Archmage is the least of my concerns. So, Ludwig wants the ruins, but even if I wanted to give them over, Ringgrim controls them. And good luck getting an audience with an Archmage.
Or she'll kill you for her own amusement. Either way, it won't be boring.
Look on the bright side. If we survive this, it'll make a great story.
When an Archmage like Ringgrim decides they don't want to be disturbed, they make sure of it. There are rumors she uses the bones of the ancient dead to guard her domain. Yes, and please, I don't need to know more. Ringgrim's given me and my troops enough nightmares already. I wouldn't blame you if you choose to run away. But if you want to find Ringgrim, head east of here, go past the Pargunin ruins, and when you see the ice, you're there. And Yatsley, be careful. If Kolichi lost you, he'd never forgive me.
Oh, don't worry about me, Temerti. If my spells fizzle, I can always give a good lashing with my tongue.
That's what I'm afraid of. Good luck. Good. It might convince her to keep you safe, too. One last thing. Once you had a moment to settle in with the Yatsley, come back and speak with me. I need your help with something.
How exciting. We're off to see an archmage. To gain access to an ancient godless ruin. You do spoil me. I've just the fragrance for such an occasion. I want to make sure I smell my best when she kills us. Meet me by the tavern when you're ready to head out. Make sure all your gear is up to snuff. We are meeting an archmage, after all.
Thank goodness.
Ja, meine Ausrüstung ist gut genug.
Our little friend group needed a bit.
Patience, darling. I'll meet you at the tavern.
The one with the face.
Ich bin neu gestartet.
Entice you with riches in return for a simple favor.
Fish! The attack sounded terrible. I could hear the fight from in here. It's getting harder and harder to pretend everything's all right.
Komm. Das kann man auch nicht. Also wieder wach.
Patience, darling. I'll meet you at the tavern.
Okay, jetzt muss ich warten, bis du in dieser scheiß Taverne bist. Das kann doch echt nicht sein.
Damn my eyes! A child of Andy!
Welcome to the Dead Swordfish. I wondered when I'd see you around here. What can I do for you?
Maybe
I should hire a bard. Better than off-key shanties all day.
Wo bleibt ein Netzwerk hier?
There you are. It's rather rude of you to keep a lady waiting. I'll forgive you, though. It gave me a chance to dip into my notes about the Circle of Archmagi. One does not simply waltz into an Archmage's domain unprepared. Tell me, dearie, how much do you know about Ringrim? Or you're in hers. The Circle of Archmagi are the most powerful magical beings in Eora. Whatever the reason, the fact that she's here at all is significant. Oh, Andra's titties. The Circle sent the Archmage of Terror. Oh, she's just brilliant.
Ja, du hast richtig gelesen.
What's not to admire? There's no one in all of Eora like her. And she's come all this way to Nakukubel. But I've no idea why an illusionist would care for godless artifacts. Yours truly excluded, of course. There must be something in there of interest to Ringrim. Probably something powerful. Determined, aren't you? I like that. I'll be with you every step of the way. Those Steel Garrote bastards stole all my research about the godless. They'll get to the garden first over their dead bodies. I can show you the way to Reengrim's domain, but we should travel lean. The less of us there are, the less likely she'll take notice. You'll need me to get you in the door, so who's staying behind?
Naturally. Just don't do anything I wouldn't do. Really, though, that would be dangerous. We'll catch up later, Yatsli. Take care of the envoy for me.
Perfect. Oh, this is going to be fun.
Was haben wir denn hier?
Feel about poetry?
Poetry? Why the hell are you asking me about poetry?
Do you like it? Oh, come on. Come on, you can tell me. Say a few lines of poetry.
Wait.
No. What I want to do, okay?
The sand needs you, Loato. You found the map? Good luck with it. I couldn't make heads or tails of it.
I still remember the first time I saw the distance. They look just like waves.
Someone's
Coming from
Oh, ein Riesenkäfer.
You're right.
You there! Sign says to take only what you need. Do they not have signs in Adir? Or wait, maybe you think they don't apply to you. What, and everyone else is coming through here just for fun? Do you even... Ah, forget it. You probably do need it, don't you? Stay safe, but leave some for the others next time.
Warms my heart to see somebody keeping these wilds honest. I mean, trying, but still.
Einfach looten. Einfach mitnehmen. Aber ich glaube gerade falsch. Immerhin.
Another win, but who's counting?
Treacherous weed!
Fair winds, traveler. Haven't seen you around here.
I used to patrol out here. Swore I'd never come back. Tama lost his badge near here.
Unseen.
Wenn du da einfach nicht triffst. Das war direkt schon wieder. Ich möchte helfen. Geht morgen so in die Badewanne.
What happened to traps?
I hadn't had a chance to see all this before. It's magnificent. introduce ourselves to another strange. This is it. Ringrim was definitely here.
So, why couldn't you just put that on a sign? These ice corpses are excessive.
Yes, but look at them. The artistry is sublime. Can you imagine having enough finesse to make all this?
I can't imagine wanting to. If you gotta deal with an archmage to stop the Dream Scourge, so be it. But be careful with this Ringrim character. This place has given me a bad feeling I can't shake.
A spell. And a very clever one. Ringrim's using her illusions to make people choose to stay away. Everyone except us. Of course I probably can. All spells have a counter. You just have to know what it is. But we can figure that out later. Right now, we have to focus on what's at the end of that passage. Trust me, I know. Last thing I need is to be responsible for killing the Emperor's pet. No offense. But it's a chance to test out some new spells, so I'll muddle through. I've focused so much on the Godless and Quilici over the years that it'll be lovely to hone my magical skills again. Good point. Unchecked ambition is how we got a death guard with a bad attitude, isn't it? But it's a risk I'm willing to take. I must try. Chances are we'll die, but if we don't, we stop Ludwig and get into the ruins. So, win-win.
Yahtzee, you must have been a Rawatayan admiral in a past life.
Let's get going. Oh, and stay close. So lifelike. Poor bastards.
Ringrim seems fun.
Walk like it's hot. I'm covered in fur and even I'm freezing. Are her illusions really so powerful? Stay close. Green Queen's trying to scare us off, but we won't let her, will we? Welcome.
Oh, I thought Ringworm was all about illusions. This place is cold.
It's just a trick, Envoy. A well-crafted cold trick. Keep moving. Any student of Zarub's and their weaponry would be thrilled.
Visitors, do you know what this moment calls for? You wish to find me in my tower? You'll have to wait until I tell this tale. Visitors, do you know what this moment calls for? A beautiful, calm storm. You wish to find me in my tower? You'll have to wait until I tell this tale. Once, a very important statue fell to pieces. And an entire village perished because they couldn't put the statue back.
Here's a show.
Here we go! Right flank! Another glorious battle. some stuff.
The village was on the verge of destruction, but still they argued.
How interesting. The way it's sculpted, it's like he's reaching out or begging.
This is how ghost stories start.
Archmagi truly are inscrutable creatures, aren't they?
Looks like that piece you found fits in this statue.
This must be the statue mentioned in the story. Let's take another look at that book of yours. There once stood a village protected by a statue. It kept the air crisp, the land fertile, and the people safe. For a time, the village prospered. For a time, there was the thought that the winter would never come. But then the statue shattered, and winter did come, and the village could not make a decision to save itself. It looks like she wants us to know this story, so I'm sure we'll find out soon enough. First, though, we find the rest of the statue.
Keep your eyes open and your hand on your hilt. Nothing about this place feels right.
wanted said.
You're here for my Adra piece, aren't you? You can't have it.
Well, it's a pleasure to meet you too, dearie.
I'll die without the Adra. Please, don't take it from me. I don't want to die. What statue? What are you talking about? Why shouldn't I have the Adra piece? It's mine.
Interesting. This must be another illusion.
This can't be real. This is one of Ringworm's tricks, right?
I don't know what you're talking about. Just please let me keep this. The other villagers, they want me to give them the Adra piece. They say it'll save us. But if they take it, I'll die. And I don't want to die. Please.
Either they're not really here, or we're not.
I don't remember anymore. I was in pain for so terribly long. But the Adra has kept me alive. Don't let them take it away. I told the other villagers I need it. I understand everyone's in danger, but I don't want to die. Don't take the Adra piece from me. I'll do anything. Please! Is my life worth nothing? Why must I die? Why am I the sacrifice? Please, please, no.
If the village had been as...
Was he a real person once? Did all that happen to him?
And why force us to make that choice? Why the cruelty?
Well, for better or worse, I can't wait to find out more.
Mangled statues and bitter fables. None of this comes from a healthy mind. Or soul.
I'm sure they go somewhere. Let's go see where.
is necessary.
Even more bodies. How gauche. We've got all the pieces. Quick, quick, put them in. Oh, I want to see how all of this works. It's so clever. I think she constructed this whole place to give us a parable.
Maybe you could help out those of us who've gotten hit in the head too many times?
Well, that's the moral of the story, isn't it? In the story, the village died because it couldn't make the decision and the sacrifice to save itself. They couldn't separate the weeping man from the statue piece and just let him die, not even to save the whole village. And so, everyone perished because they made the mistake of having a heart. Life can drive us to make painful choices, can't it? Anyway, this is fascinating. This is more than just a statue. I think it uses Adra as a source of power.
Watchers say the souls of the dead travel through Adra to the beyond. Doesn't give me a good feeling about whatever Ringworm's built here.
Our souls could get stuck in the in-between, but if it helps, I'm sure it'd be an accident. Clearly, we can't physically move ourselves up to Ringrim's tower. But magically? That could be a different story. With the Adra pieces connected to the statue, they might be powering her magic. Like animancy, but much bigger. Ringgrim said that if we could do what the village could not, put the statue back together, we'd find our way to the tower. What if this statue was meant to move us from here to there? I'm not sure. I'd think the magical transportation works both ways. Well, what are you waiting for? Put the pieces in! Do you know how many people ever get to meet an Archmage? I don't understand how you are so calm. Ready or not, let's go meet an Archmage. And off we go.
Here goes. Whatever happens, it leaves our parts intact.
We're going into an Archmage's...
Oh, you made it. Unfortunately, I still have reading to do. Amuse yourself with these skeletons while I finish this paragraph.
So much for hospitality.
What did you expect?
That's not hitting hard enough.
Look at the three of you. It's like something out of a book. A godlike of an unknown deity, a long-lost Rawatayan, and a rainbow-colored wizard. All looking for a garden, from what I've gleaned.
It is her. We felt the pluck of her fingers outside our door, searching. For us? Our prison? Who is she? What does she seek?
My little puzzle was very clever, wasn't it? A challenge and a parable, all at once.
Well, now that we're done with the formality of defeating the skeletons...
That may or may not happen eventually. I want to talk to you first. It's not often I encounter a godlike whose divine parent I cannot identify. What did you think I was trying to tell you with the puzzle? Indeed. Omelets need shattered eggs, after all. The point of the parable is quite simple. Sentimentality is a privilege. The village would have lived if they had chosen to sacrifice one dying soul for the good of many living ones. If it comes to it, yes. I hope you'll choose pragmatism over sentimentality. More than anything, the whole challenge was for you to understand how I think. No one truly matters in the long run. Not even me or the other archmages. It's what we leave behind. What matters is that our lives buy the world more history, more beauty, more time to create interesting things. Do you understand? For conversation with me, primarily. Most people find it difficult to relate to an archmage. And if you cannot do so, it will complicate my attempts to communicate with you. I hope you're not intending to enter the ruins. I won't open the path. Somehow I don't think that's happening. The Death Guard might certainly try, but... no. I came to the Living Lands because the sickness here, this dream scourge, fascinated me. This plague shouldn't exist. It can't, and yet it does. The essence of the Living Lands is falling into chaos and entropy. It's more powerful than anything I've seen. I suspect it has something to do with how the Adra has been severed from the rest of the world. I believe the answers lie in the ruins, but the essence there is so strong it's blocking my spell work, which has never happened before. Ever. No one enters Naku Kubel until I get to the bottom of this. Sorry. Is that so? Pray tell would you know that an archmage might not. You have my interest. Show me if you live up to it. A trapped god? A god I did not know about? Well, that's fatally exciting. I can't believe I overlooked this possibility. A god here, alone, trapped in the severed Adra. This explains so much. My magic being ineffective, the essence here being so intense. And you, godlike, with your unfamiliar appearance. You're the missing key to the lock, sealing Naku Kubel. Don't take this the wrong way, but in a different life, I'd have flayed you for my study. You are a godlike of this strange, isolated, possibly miserable god. A piece of them resides in you.
I have no doubt that like will recognize like. You will open the gates to Naku Kubel, and I will study this metaphysical aberration up close. Go. Find your so-called garden. Report your findings to me. Perhaps there is more to this than either of us alone can see. My thanks in return, godlike. It's not often that Kith, or really anything at all, can surprise me. I wish you luck on your journey, if you believe in such things. Just keep in mind that countless dream thralls are on the same path. I'm sure you'll survive. If not, well, lovely to have met you. Let's hope you remain unscathed. And you, Orlan, you seem a clever one. Take my grimoire. It will allow you to dispel the barrier I have set before the ruins. You have talent. Not any mage can dispel my illusions. Perhaps when this is over, we should speak again.
You want to speak again? Yeah, of course. Can't wait.
Look at her. Making new friends, learning new spells. They grow up so fast.
The ruins are far in the northwest. The people here have named that area the Deadfall Highlands. No more wasting time. Off you go. Use the teleporter behind me to leave. Or jump, I suppose, if you're feeling grim.
Look at all these books. Do you think she'd let me borrow some? And off we go. It just happened, right? I didn't imagine it. Reingrim liked me? And my spellcraft! And she gave me her grimoire. Look, isn't it the most beautiful thing you've ever seen? I just can't believe it. Am I floating? It feels like I'm floating. With Reingrim's grimoire, I think we can go to the ruins and find the garden.
And as long as nothing's burning, we're still ahead of Ludwig.
Then there's no time to waste. I must prepare for Naku Kubel, as must you.
Never thought I'd be so relieved to head into ancient ruins.
For the camp of an official Abonnieren envoy, I was expecting a little more. A proper bed, at least. But I suppose this will do for now. As long as you have a bath, of course. Just as things could be worse, they could also be a lot better, envoy. But as riveting as it is to complain about our accommodations, I imagine you have another topic in mind? because I'm the foremost expert on the godless, of course. So I must study their artifacts when I can. Unfortunately, it's been quite some time since I've met another who focused on the godless as I do. And I imagine I'd be more knowledgeable on the subject than anyone else you could find. I've yet to be burned in a single flame trap, and I don't intend to start anytime soon. Fair guess, though. When I got my first grimoire as a child, I was trying out some of the fancy new spells I'd been given. I was attempting a simple illusion spell, but I must have slurred my words. The next thing I know, everything was on fire. No! Well, me, obviously, but otherwise, no. What is childhood but for silly things? When else can you get away with arson? My father was able to pull me from the flames as my mother doused them. I burned myself badly enough to give myself some vivid dreams, but the house still stood at the end. Just the usual things. Not studying for an exam, having all your teeth fall out. They're not nearly as enjoyable as my more provocative dreams. Oh. Well, just be sure to have a quick release knot if you ever make that fantasy reality. Someone should learn from my mistakes. I certainly have no intention to.
Goodness, we're feeling very honest today, aren't we?
As delightful as you are, we've much to do and less time to do it in. Shall we go?
I hope Thirdborn is a good community for my people. We've been through a lot.
Thirdborn's a rough town, but it's not all bad. Let's not do that again. Let's stay out of Archmage's domains from now on. Sure, we made it out alive, but that outcome felt out of my hands more than I'd like. I know. Sometimes you just have to charge into a wizard's domain and endure a parable about a village. Anyway, I'm glad to be out of there. Time to curl up with some jerky and a few swigs of Wodak. Anyway. Pleasant dreams. Listening to Yatsley's thoughts about godless ruins is one thing. Bringing her along for the rest of the trip is something else. Well, don't you think it's a little convenient? You need to go somewhere no one ever goes, and here she is to show you the way? If she's read anything about the Garden, it was written centuries ago. Obviously, things have changed since then. Bothered? Pedraku. It's my job to guide you as safely as possible. What you're doing isn't safe. I'll go along with whatever you decide. Just don't be disappointed when she doesn't show you what you wanted to see. Anyway. Right. What do you need? Right. This might be good information for you, since I don't know if Adir has wastelands like this. Shatterscarp doesn't want to kill you, really, but it isn't interested in helping you survive either. The key here is water and shade. Cover your skin, or it'll be dried out in no time and you'll be as red as a Balrog's throat. You might be worried about saving water, but what you want to do is try not to sweat. Stay in shade as much as you can. And don't drink the water from the plants out here. They're all full of parasites and poisons. Getting sick out here is the worst. Right, changing the subject. Until next time.
Have you ever been to the Valian Republics?
Thirdborn. If it weren't for the Leviathan skeleton in the middle of town, I'd hardly recognize the place. It's not that. You ever come back to a place and feel like the buildings are smaller and the colors are duller? Something to be said for that. Thirdborn was always this rugged oasis. Dangerous and out of the way, but bursting with vitality. It was a harbor for larger-than-life types. People like Capo, the Leviathan Slayer, and Tama. Glory seekers, trophy hunters, warriors trying to leave their battles behind. People who built around their stories and their scars. Me too. Being back. It felt like we were watching Thirdborn die a slow death. Yeah, but I thought age was supposed to bring wisdom. Something to balance out the back pains and creaky knees. I think what's eating at me is that Thirdborn seems rudderless. The Dream Scourge is one threat. Conflict with Adir is another. The Living Lands is changing, and Thirdborn feels like a barnacle on a moving ship. Temerity's leading them as best she can, but towards what? What are we doing out here besides surviving? Or it'll go the way of the godless and their ruins. I'm not sure which idea makes me more uneasy. What about you? You were sent by your emperor to investigate the Dream Scourge. Since then, you've died, met a secret god, and gotten swept up in tensions between your empire and our scattered settlements. You've been consistent. You brought Egwulf to Adir's justice, and the Steel Garrote's attack on Fjord went forward. Do you know what you're sailing towards, or are you drifting with the tides? That kind of clarity is rare. Thanks for talking. I hope Thirdborn is able to find its way somehow. A marker of his service to Thirdborn's defense. And something that helps his comrades identify his remains, if needed.
You always hope it won't come to that.
You hope it won't, but you know it might. It's an old Rauatayan naval tradition that Thirdborn's kept alive, and another debt I owe him. The story goes that a lot of the first arrivals were Rauatayans without other prospects, too low on the ladder to take over the family trade, too poor to learn another. Exactly. Rauatai's an inhospitable environment, to say the least, so my people have a proud tradition of seeking our fortunes elsewhere. Rauatai's got a big navy that always needs fresh blood, and there are plenty of opportunities for large, colorful mercenaries and bodyguards all over Eora. You got it. It's hard to say when Thirdborn was properly founded. It started as a convenient harbor for pirates and mercs to lie low. Bold, or desperate, fishing crews from Rauatai would follow seasonal catches out here. Over time, those early arrivals built huts, a proper harbor, and walls to protect them from all the hungry things in the desert. Well, that brought in a steady trickle of veterans, ruffians, trophy hunters, and rugged eccentrics. People looking for fresh adventure, or running from the consequences of their old ones. Bit of both, I guess. I've got a lot of memories here, and And the longer I stayed away, the harder it felt to come back. Until you came along, I thought I'd be able to avoid it forever. Thirdborn's missing a lot of familiar faces. And the youngsters who've grown up and the new arrivals, they seem green. Like they're cut from a different cloth, a more delicate one. I guess a lot's changed in 6 years. Thirdborns only survived because the people were tougher than the wilds. I just hope the people living behind those walls know how to keep them standing. Night, Envoy.
The dream scourge is getting worse. First our land, then our animals. Now our people. If we don't put a stop to it, we're looking at the end of the living lands. I keep trying, and the world keeps punishing me for it. As if the dream scourge wasn't enough of a problem, the Adherents are profiting off our misfortune. They haven't come to help us. They're here to exploit our weakness. Let's hope it never comes to that. But when it does, I'll be at your side. It's too bad. We're fighting for our lives, our souls, and our freedom. I don't know if we can win all three. You really think so? My apologies for acting cynical, but it feels as if nature, politics, and even the very gods are working against us. I don't appreciate being backed into a corner, but here I am. I don't leave Emerald Stair often enough. With everything going on, there's been no time to explore. My city had to burn down before I could take a vacation. Sorry. I'm in a mood, if you couldn't tell. Only if you can stand the ramblings of a depressed bookworm. I used to think I had it all figured out. But the living lands proved me wrong in so many ways. This entire island is the prison of a mad god. How is one Animancer supposed to compete with that? All we're missing is the juggling act. Maybe I'm being melodramatic, or maybe I'm not used to seeing things clearly. But what if animancy has no future in the living lands? What if my entire career was a mistake? Did I? After what happened to my parents, I always thought the path chose me. You're a good listener as always, but I've taken enough of your time. I'll be fine, really. I'm not the first Animancer to question her life choices, and I won't be the last. Despite everything that's happened, I'm so grateful to be working with Yatsli. In many ways, Quilichi has been like a second father to me. But Yatsli, she's like my dirty aunt who's up to no good. Oh, she's an expert in that field. While I have your attention, I've been thinking. Why is Inquisitor Ludwig suddenly interested in godless ruins? She's a smart one. I'll give her that. We should be ready for anything. Something tells me Ludwig isn't finished with us yet. Anything in particular? I'm afraid not. I've spent a little time in Dawnshore, but this place is a mystery to me. It's good to be somewhere different. Somewhere I can build new memories. Whenever I'm reminded of how big this island really is, it makes my problems feel smaller. Oh, she was incredible. A self-employed researcher working to further her own interests, answering to no one. Not that I'm overlooking her arrogance or her disdain for the lives of others. What inspires me is her persistence. More importantly, she confirmed my suspicion. The living land sits atop a closed system of Adra. If nothing else, it's good to find someone who believes in your work. It's a little early to say for certain, but maybe I haven't completely wasted my time. I've been thinking, a closed system might explain a few things. Imagine souls passing through Adra. They die here and they're reborn here, over and over. After so many lifetimes, the Adra grows dense, full of life and wisdom, fear and pain, with nowhere to go. A quaint but accurate simplification. Such an environment would be rich with essence, messy, but full of potential for something or someone to grow. Maybe that's how they started, in their most primordial form. Anyway, it's just a theory. Don't quote me on it. Not before I've done some reading.
So, wir machen morgen mit dem Spiel weiter. Ich bin jetzt mal auf YouTube weg und wir sehen uns dann morgen.